Thanksgiving to you. Inasmuch as Thanksgiving Day is really a family Sunday, a family holiday, I should say, I'd like you to meet a member of my family, my son, Michael.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Now I'd like you to meet another member of our family, my wife, Karen.
Is this Karen? Is this Karen? Or is this Mike Collier's wife, Karen? We'll soon find out as they try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Peggy Cass, Orson Bean, Kitty Carlisle, plus 100 people in our studio audience on To Tell the Truth. This portion of To Tell the Truth is brought to you by new Bravo floor wax, so tough you can wash it with detergent. And here once again is our host on To Tell the Truth, Bud Collier.
To Tell the Truth. Thank you. Now, panel, I know that you all know my son Mike, of whom I'm very proud, but you never met my daughter-in-law Karen, and the three young ladies who claim to be in that status are now in a soundproof room, so they can't hear your questioning of Mike. To find out something about his marriage, we'll start with Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you, Bud. Mike, I know that you worked very hard to be a lawyer, and it takes a great deal of study. What did your wife do when you were working all that time?
Well, she kept out of my way, but would run in every hour to say, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Oh, very nice.
Tom Poston.
Obviously, you were married when you were still studying law. How far along in your education did you get married?
3 months into law school.
Thank you.
Peggy.
Oh, this is very interesting. Did your wife work while you went to law school?
Oh, yes.
Good girl.
Orson.
Have you got any kids yet, Mike?
Oh, no.
Strict mother-in-law, I say.
Kitty.
What did your wife do while you were in law school?
She's a model and television actress
Oh, not bad.
Tom.
Where do you live now, Mike?
in New York City.
And where were you going to school?
In New York City.
So where was she modeling and
Peggy.
television acting?
Now, gee, you know, it's Thanksgiving. I feel I should say something like, is this domestic young lady going to cook your turkey dinner, or are you going to have it at your dad's house?
I think we may have it at my sister's house, but the plans aren't set yet, I don't think.
Orson.
If you dare to take her home to Bud's place, how does she get along with him?
Well, very well, actually. They get along quite well.
Yeah, all right.
Everybody's got to get along well with Bud.
All together, too.
Can she cook?
Excellently.
Oh, she cooks. And what kind of hours did you keep when she was working and you were working?
Well, actually, her schedule can be quite flexible, as you know.
Tom.
Do you mind if she goes to work and works around other fellows and all that stuff?
Well, they're all nice people like yourself, so.
No. No, that you would want to avoid
Peggy.
assiduously.
Did you meet her hanging around the television studio?
No, we met in Connecticut.
Oh.
Orson.
How do you live in respect to Bud in Connecticut? I mean, close or...
I live in New York.
Oh, you do live in New York. Well, how come you met her in Connecticut then?
He used to
This
live in
was
Connecticut.
4 years ago.
Oh, how time flies.
Kitty.
Well, you seem like such an even-tempered fellow, Mike. Does she do anything that annoys you?
Very little.
What?
Well, what's the very little?
Yeah.
She has a habit of leaving caps off toothpaste, things like that.
That's it. Time now for the end of this preliminary questioning, and we'll ask the young ladies to come out and join us again. Now, you've learned a little something about Karen and Mike, and maybe it'll help you in your questioning in the future. All right, ladies, join us on stage if you will, please. And may I ask you, could you hear anything while you were in the soundproof room?
No.
Thank you very much. Be seated, please, and we'll play our game, finding out which of these young ladies is married to my son, Michael. We'll start the questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Where did you meet, number 3?
In Connecticut,
Why did you meet?
because a mutual friend wanted us to.
Aha. Number 2, now you what do you do besides be a housewife with
I model.
Mr. Cott? You're a model?
I model, yes I do.
And where do you model?
Well, I do mostly commercial modeling, so it's, here and there.
Well,
I mean,
number 1, are you with an agency?
Yes, I do print work with Rice McHugh and commercial work with Abrams Rubaloff.
Number 3, what is print work?
That's photography.
You know,
Still
I'm
photography.
asking all this because I want to find out how this affects your relationship with your husband. all of this work obviously takes you away from him. Does he mind?
Peggy Cass.
Oh,
You'll never know, and I'm not going to ask it. I actually don't want to stir trouble up in your party, but not in your house. But number 3, is it true that you leave a ring around the bathtub?
I don't think so.
Number 1, is it also true that you wear curlers? Well, obviously, she doesn't wear curlers to bed. She's got straight hair. So that's, well, okay, never mind.
She wears her
Number 2, are you considered a medium fair or good cook?
Excellent.
Wow, modesty becomes you, my dear. Number 3, did you learn how to cook? It's supposed to be true that you're a good cook. At your mother's house or since you've been married?
No, since I've been married.
Thank you. And number 1, oh...
Orson.
Number 1, since your father-in-law is the star of the show, I imagine you watch it from time to time.
Yes.
Who do you think is the best on the panel?
I'm not going to give that away.
What?
I'm not going to give it away.
All right, that's class. I won't tell anyone either. Number 3. Now, honey, tell me something about Bud that only you would know. Maybe not even Mike. Have you ever been left alone with him when Mike was off somewhere?
You terrible...
Yes.
Did he give you little fatherly hugs and a little buzz on the cheek, or?
Don't you think he's the nicest man you know?
I certainly do. He often gives me a hug, and I thought maybe he did the same for you.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, when you got married, did you know you were going to have to support the family?
Support the family. Which one?
Well, I mean, your family.
I don't do all the supporting.
Well, didn't you have to work while Mike was studying?
Yes.
Did you know that when you got married?
Yes.
And number 2, were you prepared to do it, or did you get into modeling just by accident?
No, that was understood before we got married.
Number 3, do you leave the cap off the toothpaste?
Yes.
That's all the time we have. It's time for you now to mark your ballot. So please do so at once with no change. And, of course, it's time for our studio audience to vote. When I say vote, please select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote! All right, those votes are registered. Let's see about our panel. Tom, for whom did you vote?
Well, Mike says that his wife is perfect, so that made it tougher to guess. They all look perfect to me. However, I voted for number 2 because she looks like she might be perfect in Connecticut.
Peggy Cass.
Which is a hard place to be perfect in. I voted for number 1 because, you know, they always say in the ads, BF's wife lives in Connecticut. She looks like BF's wife to me.
Orson.
Who's BF?
Oh, never mind. The ramblings of an old woman.
I voted for number 3.
Why, Orson?
Why? I'll tell you. You see, when I was a boy, number 1 volunteered about print work or whatever, and it seems to me that the real one wouldn't have volunteered that because it sounds too right. I voted for number 3 because she looks like a model. They're all adorable.
Kitty Carlisle.
I voted for number 3 because I think Mike thinks his wife is perfect, and I think she thinks he's perfect, and I think she was startled when I asked her if she left the cap off the toothpaste because she didn't think he would reveal such a thing.
All right, let's see who got the most votes from our studio audience. Our audience voted for number 3. Very well. Now, we usually have the husband go over and pick out the wife, right?
You're going to do it.
You said it. Father-in-law is going to do it this time.
Watch him go.
Now, don't make a mistake.
Well...
Oh, he is making it.
I never know which one I'm prouder of, Mike for picking her or her for picking him. Anywho, it was a joy to have you with us, believe me. And happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Number 1, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Anna Perry. I'm a sculptress, and my husband is a doctor here in New York City.
And number 2, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Marlene Laird, and I'm a bunny at the New York Playboy Club.
Well, in checking the score, we find that there were 1, 2 wrong guesses from our panel and 1 from the studio audience, a total of 3. 3 times $100 is $300, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all of you being with us. Mike and Karen, God bless you. Bye. We'll meet our next team of challengers in just a minute. Now a word about something good.
It's light. It's chocolate. It's Sprint, the light taste in chocolate.
Crisp and light, light and crisp, crisp and light. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Sprint Chocolate Crisp, the light taste in chocolate.
Sprint.
This'll be some trip. They're a chocolate mess already.
Relax. Let's clean them up.
Now, M&M's chocolate candies. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Still clean and happy. M&M's chocolate candies made the trip. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
M&M's plain and peanut chocolate candies.
Ready to play?
1, 8, 2,
Say it again. 1,
8,
2, 1,
8, 2.
1, 8, 2.
And now let's meet Miss Drumstick of 1967.
What is your name, please?
My name is Coy Kilgore.
What is your name, please?
My name is Coy Kilgore.
What is your name, please?
My name is Coy Kilgore.
We'll play our game with Legs Kilgore in just a minute. Now this word from Miles Laboratories.
What's about life? Control yourself. I like pepperoni pizzas.
Do you like heartburn?
Gentle.
And the way he stuffs himself at his mother.
You can't expect him to give up the food he loves. Man does not live by bread alone.
Oh, please.
And you, obviously you've never tried Alka-Seltzer. Help your stomach out. Alka-Seltzer has alkalizers which will calm your upset stomach and neutralize excess acidity. You take care of him, he won't bother you.
All right, panel, open up your envelope, if you will, and follow along. I, Coy Kilgore, won a beauty contest based on beautiful legs. The competition was held in a town that is considered to be the turkey capital of the world. To make sure that only the legs were being judged, the face and figure of all the contestants were hidden during the judging. Appropriately enough, the title I won was that of Miss Drumstick 1967. Signed, Coy Kilgore.
This portion of the Tell the Truth was brought to you by new Johnson liquid shoe polish, the shine that won't crack off. The next portion of the Tell the Truth is brought to you by Measurin, the time-release pain reliever with the built-in second dose.
All right, panel, these three sets of legs, or these 6 legs, claim to belong to Coy Kilgore. We'd start the cross-examination with Orson Bean. Orson?
Thank you. Number 3 and 3A up there. Now, when you won, did the judge pin a blue ribbon on your knee, or how did you receive the prize?
Well, we got a banner that went across us, and I got some flowers, and
How did you hold them, number 3, if you were just seen from the legs down?
well, by that time they'd taken the board away.
I see. Number 1. Now, would you go through such a thing again? You don't mind my staring at you there, do you?
Yes, I think I would.
Yeah. Number 2, would you have preferred to be seen out in the open, or would you prefer to... I think that's...
Kitty Carlisle.
Just in time.
Number 1, what did you wear? Could one see more of your legs in the contest than we can see now?
Yes, the board was high. I wore a bathing suit.
Oh, you wore a bathing suit. Number 2, were you allowed to wear leotards?
No, ma'am.
Number 3, how did you get your name, Coy?
My mother?
From your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of a name is it?
Well, it's really Coy Ellen.
Oh.
Kilgore.
Tom?
I'd like to disqualify myself.
I
recognize.
You recognize one of the girls, right?
Number 2, there's a town in Texas that raises turkeys. The whole town, it's very famous for turkeys. Do you know which one that is?
Well, I know there's one in Maryland, but not Texas, no.
Yeah. Tom Jones comes from there. Number 1, you have such a lovely smile. I'm surprised that they didn't bother. Number 1, where is your contest? Do you know? Do you remember?
The contest was held in Yountville, Arkansas.
Where?
Upper Arkansas. Peggy?
Number 2, what size is your ankle?
I think it's a 7.
That's thin enough. Number 3, just for laughs, what part of the turkey do you like best?
Oh, I hate it.
You hate turkey?
Well, no, I like the dark meat.
Oh, well, that's the drumstick.
All right, that's it. Time is gone. I'm sorry it went so fast, but there it is. So mark your ballots. And audience, when I say vote again, please select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote. All right, let's see about our panel now. Tom, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 1. She looked, well, she was a lovely looking bird. And you had to go by the legs, right? What else could you go?
Right. Peggy.
Well, just going by the legs, I thought number 2 had the prettiest legs, so I voted for 2. Of course, he likes, obviously, well, never mind.
If one of those girls is Henry Morgan again, but I'm leaving the panel.
Orson. Well, there's 6 of the nicest legs I've ever seen up there. They're smooth and silky. They could pass any kind of a test or even appear in commercials on TV. I voted for number 1 because it looked the most like a drumstick. I mean my one, not hers.
All right. Kitty.
Well, I voted for number 2 because she looked the most professional. At least her legs did.
Very well, we'll find out how our audience voted and meet the real Coy Kilgore in just a minute. Now, this word might be of interest to you and your family.
Now, there's a new pain reliever made especially for people who need long-lasting pain relief. For people with arthritis, long-lasting muscular aches, pain that disturbs sleep. It's new timed release Measurin, the pain reliever with a built-in second dose, so you take it just once every 8 hours. For long-lasting relief, Measurin gives you a double dose of aspirin. Each tablet of timed release Measurin has over 6,000 separate reservoirs of aspirin. When you take Measurin for temporary relief from minor arthritis, pain, and stiffness, it works fast and keeps on working, so your comfort is long-lasting. When you take Measurin at bedtime, its built-in second dose gives you maximum nighttime pain relief. Helps you wake without stiffness. For convenience, just take 2 Measurin tablets when pain starts, and not again for 8 hours. Get new timed release Measurin, the pain reliever with a built-in second dose for long-lasting pain relief.
Up next on a To Tell the Truth double play, bring on the liars as contestants try to fake their way to a win by fooling some pretty smart stars. Stay tuned.
All right. Votes from our studio audience. Our audience voted for number 2 by a very slight margin, just about 2 votes. All right, it's time to find out which of these 6 legs is, in truth, Miss Drumstick of 1967. Will the real Miss Drumstick for 1967 please come down? So there we have Coy Kilgore in person. Now let's see, number 2, who are you? Joanna Barnes. Joanna was on last week with us, sitting in for Kitty Carlisle while she was away.
I voted for you.
I'm so thrilled, thank you.
And now we have one left up there. Who are you?
I'm old Betty White.
Well, we got to put you on the spot in a way there, panel. Good enough.
Hello, young losers, whoever you are.
For your information, the contest was held in the turkey capital of the world, Yellville, Arkansas. Well, in checking the score, we find that there were 3 incorrect votes. That's 3 times $100 or $300. Thank you, you gorgeous creatures, all of you, and for being with us especially. Goodbye, and God bless you. We'll be back in a minute. Now, this word. That's all we have time for. We won't be with you tomorrow, incidentally, but Art Linkletter will be here with a very special program, so be sure you tune in. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Bud.
See you Monday, too. In the meantime, don't you forget to tell the truth. Bye.
This portion of To Tell the Truth was brought to you by Measurin, the time-release pain reliever with a built-in second dose. To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Johnny Olson speaking, program pre-recorded. Ladies